Welcome, guys. Welcome. Hope everyone had a great trading day today. Welcome, guys. Welcome. Well, we are calling a sell signal in the markets. All right. So in the equity markets, we are calling a sell signal. All right. NASDAQ gave a big red candle today. All right. And the VIX is moving higher. So we're going to call it a sell signal. Now, our stock boss traders, our bull master traders, if you guys are in positions, just, pay attention to your positions. Again, you guys know your sell signals, red candle. All right, red candle, white arrow, that's your sell signal. All right, if you're getting white candles and you want to be conservative, you could also close the trade. But we are definitely calling a sell signal in the equity markets. Okay, so we're going to take a look at what's going on here in the equity markets. I'm going to share my screen here. All right, guys, this is the deal here with the NASDAQ. All right, so we got a big red candle here. And you guys know the NASDAQ, it's been really struggling for several months now, since about November. November really struggled to break through that resistance here. So that's a long time, guys. But this big red candle here, that's a major concern. All right, that big red candle right here, that is a concern. All right, that's on the NASDAQ. Now, on the S&P, all right, we do have a white candle on the S&P. That's a concern. Now, the buy signals are still holding, all right, but these candles are not performing well. And we just want to be careful, protect our profits. But we are calling a sell signal. S&P right here, you guys can see that right here. That's a white candle here. Dow was down about 500 points, down for the day, pulled up and closed down 166, okay? But that's not good. When we see the Dow intraday, big down day like that, that's not good, guys. Okay, that is not good for the markets. All right, it really struggled to close down 166. All right, so Dow is struggling. S&P has a white candle. All right, the Russell has pulled back a bit off its highs. All right, candles are performing okay. All right, but it's pulled back a bit. So the equity markets are really struggling here. All right, to break through these all-time high levels. And that's a concern, all right? They should have broken through by now, right? So we were hoping after that big update yesterday that we would have some follow through today and this market move higher, all right? The other concern is that the VIX is at 18, all right? So you see the VIX here at 18. We're approaching 20, guys. We were all the way down at 16. We went to 17 and change. Now we're at 18. All right. We get closer to that 20 mark on the VIX. All right. So right about here would be 20. Right about here would be 20. And we are close to that number. We could see volatility really start to come in and this market start to really move lower. So we want to get ahead of the curve. Okay. And just get out. We can always issue a buy signal if we get above these resistance levels. Okay, so that's what we're going to wait for. We need to get above these resistance levels, and we'll need at least 2 to 3 of the indexes getting above these big resistance levels. Okay, so the numbers we want to take a look at, and these resistance levels will be the key. So if we can get the Dow, all right, the Dow above 50,000, all right, so that 50,000 mark is a big deal for the Dow. So in order to get a buy signal again in equities, we want to get, all right, we want to get the Dow above 50,000, okay, 50,000. So right here, Dow 50,000, we want to break above that resistance line here, and we'll call a buy signal. As long as it stays below that 50,000 mark, guys, we're not going to call it because we could see sellers come in. All right, we're at all-time high territory. in these indexes. Okay? So, I mean, it's just, you guys saw what happened with silver and gold, right? When these markets are at all-time high like this, we have purple support and resistance here. We could see strong selling come in. All right. And with the VIX moving higher, that's not good. And with Bitcoin moving lower, Bitcoin is at 75,000. Bitcoin made a low of intraday 72,000. Right. These markets kind of move together. Right. So that's not good. That's kind of a warning for equities. Okay. All right, so we'll need to see a Dow 50,000 break above 50,000. Right now, it's right at 49,250. The S&P, all right, S&P. We need to see the S&P break above 7,000 on the S&P. So we need these numbers to really come in. Otherwise, we're just gonna hold off. Okay. Hold off. On the NASDAQ, we need a number of 24,000. On the NASDAQ right here, we need a number of 24,000. Currently, it's at 23,255. Okay, so they're failing, guys. They're failing to break resistance, right? And I know it's not good news, but it is what it is, okay? We don't want to get this market right into a lot of selling, and then we are scrambling now to pay attention. So we're going to call a sell signal in equities. Okay. Also on the 240, on the 240-minute time frame, you guys can see that here, right? We are consolidating here on the NASDAQ on the 240 with red candles on the 240, guys. That's not good. All right, on the S&P, we are consolidating with red candle, white candle here. All right, same thing on the Russell. All right, the Dow looks okay, but still consolidating, guys. We need more confirmation, okay? More confirmation. All righty, okay? So sell signal in equities. In the futures market, the dollar held support. So dollar held a big support right here. You guys can see that here. Big support it held, and the dollar has been moving higher. Okay, so it has been moving higher. Currently in the futures market, the Dow E-mini is slightly up. NASDAQ is down 32. All right, Russell is slightly down. S&P is slightly down, and the dollar is currently down. Okay, as far as our indexes, here, the tech index, right? The tech sector, rather, which goes along with the NASDAQ, right? So your tech stocks give a sell signal. So the XLK, right, which is your technology sector, give a sell signal, guys. That's not good. And we do need the tech sector to really hold this market. We need these Max 7 stocks to really hold up well, okay? And that's not happening right now. Healthcare, all right, sellers are coming into healthcare, red candle here, so we'll call a sell signal in healthcare. All right, biotech, still struggling to break resistance there. All right, financials, red candle here in financials, okay? So that's not good. So these sectors are not doing well. All right, consumer discretionary, white candles here just holding. Consumer staples doing good, breaking out here. Basic materials still holding, that's gold and silver. And gold got a bounce today. Let's see here. Conserve, failing to hold above resistance here. Energy looks good, all right? Keep an eye on your energy stocks. Utilities, nothing there. And international still holding, okay? All right, so just be aware of that. All right, in Forex, all right, so in your Forex market here, the yen pairs, guys, we're getting signals, buy signals in the yen pair. So pound yen, euro yen, Aussie yen, All right. And then also the Aussie pairs. We sent out a message last night that the Aussie Kiwi pairs were moving. So Aussie Kiwi, all right, Aussie Kiwi and Yen pairs are moving. Okay. And we can see that price action right here on your Forex, Monster Forex tracker. All right. So dollar yen is up right now. ZAR yen is up. Hong Kong yen is up. All right, CAD yen is up. So pay attention to those moves. We are seeing buying coming in the Aussie and Kiwi pairs. All right, on the 60 minute, 240. All right, 240. And on the daily time frame. All right, and on the daily time frame. Yen pairs, guys, pay attention to the yen pairs. Okay, so yen pairs are getting buy signals, so they're getting a nice bid up. On the 60-minute time frame, all blue here. You see they're moving up. And on the 240, we're getting buy signals on the 240, guys. Right here, 240, buyers are coming in the yen pairs, all right? And we should get some follow through on the daily time frame, all right? That is the number one trade right now, all right? Aussie Kiwi pairs long and the yen pairs long. Be careful with the dollar short trade. That trade is over. Good volatility here. So we have good volatility on the daily time frame here. Daily time frame, good volatility in Forex. Good volatility on the 240. And on the 60, guys, we've got some consolidation. You guys can see that here. Okay, so we've got about 50% volatility, about 95% volatility on the daily, and about the same on the 240. All right, so Forex is doing good. Yen pairs are moving nicely, okay? Let's take a quick look at our alerts. All right, so here are the alerts. So Aussie pairs, guys, they're moving higher with buy signals. Aussie pairs, Kiwi pairs, and then the yen pairs. All right, so dollar yen has a buy signal here on the 240. Your Turkish yen has a buy signal. Singapore dollar yen has a buy signal here. All right, New Zealand yen has a buy signal. Hong Kong. So guys, the yen pairs, pound yen. Look at pound yen. All right, anytime you guys get a chance to trade pound yen, you want to get on that trade. Okay, and then Aussie yen has a buy signal there. Okay, dollar pairs are mixed. So you see the dollar pairs here, they're mixed. All right, dollar pairs are mixed. Be careful there. Euro pairs are mixed. Pound pairs are mixed. So Aussie pairs. All right, and you guys know I'm partial to the long side. All right, so Aussie pairs, Kiwi pairs, and then especially the yen pairs. All right. So our monster scalper traders, you guys should be all over these yen pairs. VIX is moving higher, guys. So pay attention to the VIX. It's at 18. If the market is down tomorrow, we could see the VIX get above 20. That's a concern. We are too close. We are really too close, and we're making higher lows here. All right, and this is the current month. All right, we don't want to get in the 20s, so we're going to call a sell signal in equities. I know it's a little early, but we want to protect those the capital, right? We don't want any large drawdowns. Okay, so protect. Defense, that's the goal right now, okay? Defense. On the Mag 7s, let's take a closer look here. On the Magnificent 7s, okay? On the Mag 7s, we've got a sell signal that came in on NVIDIA today. Not good. Not good. All right? And we do need these large cap stocks, guys. So NVIDIA sell signal came in today. Buy signal here, we were hoping for a breakout. Right, we are hoping for that price to break out with its buy signal. Guess what, guys? Sell signal came in, red candle. We got to sell. We got to get out. Remember, we want small losses, big wins, right? When these red candles come in, these sellers come in, we want to get out. All right? Tesla is in the markdown phase. All right? Right. Distribution, now it's in the markdown phase. It has a sell signal. So Nvidia has a sell signal. Tesla has a sell signal. And remember, NASDAQ, red candle, sell signal, moving lower. Look at Microsoft. This is why we are calling a sell signal. Guys, look at the crash here. We're going to call this a crash in Microsoft. Okay, I mean, based on this price action here, we're in the markdown phase. It fell from, what was that, 551 all the way to 411. And guys, look here, this is a falling knife. It could go much lower. Okay, so you can see what these stocks, and these are big stocks, and we need these stocks to hold the market up. And if they're not holding, if the NASDAQ goes, guys, the market's gonna go. Right, small cap stocks, the Russell will not hold up this market. Eventually, they will fold. Okay, Meta was doing good. We had a buy signal in Meta, but look, all of a sudden we got purple support and resistance. And in the last 4 days, right? In the last 4 days, guys, it's retraced back and it's filled the gap. That's not good when they're filling the gap there. Right, purple support and resistance, lower highs, right? Lower highs, lower lows, right? It's filling that gap. That's not good. All right. Now we don't have a sell signal in Meta, but that's not good. So we want to protect defense. Now Google has been doing its own thing. All right, but it's gone up quite a bit already, right? This big, massive run here. All right, and it broke resistance. Now it's pulled back, but that's the only good Max 7 trade there. Okay, so we can't count on that. We got to look at what the majority of these Max 7 stocks are doing. Amazon has a white candle today, has a sell signal, right? We really need green candles, and we were doing fine, and really needed to break through resistance here. You guys can see that. Right, you can see that clearly, right? We are not breaking resistance. We don't have new buyers coming in. We need to break through these resistance levels, and that will signify buyers, new buyers coming in. We have no buyers here, all right, in Amazon. Just consolidating here, okay? That's risky, right? It's nice if the indexes are holding, sectors are holding, and then the stock, but if the stocks are not, moving higher and breaking through these levels, that's a concern. Okay. Now anything can happen if buyers come in on Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. We finish up strong. We start breaking through these resistance levels. Then we'll call a new buy signal. No big deal. Apple, guys, Apple sell signal here. All right, we have green candles, but we got to get, again, above this resistance here to get a new buy signal. Previous trade did well. Buy signal here, sell signal, but we got to get above, again, this resistance. That's the story. All right, we need to break through these resistance levels, right? This is why we follow support and resistance. All right, otherwise, we hold back a bit, okay? The MAGs, now this indicator here, MAGS, will track the Magnificent 7 as a whole. It's an ETF. Look what's happening here, guys. We got a red candle today. All right, now we had some green candles, white candles that gave us some hope, but this red candle here, that's a concern. If we get back to that support area here, guess what? By the time we get down to this area here, stocks would have really moved lower, and then this becomes this distribution. We break to that support. We're now in the markdown phase, and now it's really too late. Okay. All right, so we want to get out early, protect our gains, protect our profits. All righty. Yes, Peter, interesting times. Yeah. All right. So just be aware of that, guys. Just be aware. All right. Just be aware of that. So lots of selling there. Big picture. All right. So let's go through big picture on the daily time frame here. All right. So big picture on the Dow. All right. The Dow is holding fine here. Purple support and resistance, guys, but any amount of selling here. And we really, I mean, we've been really holding at that resistance since on the Dow. When was this? Since January the 6th. Okay. And we've been just holding here. Now, it does look good to break through, but it hasn't yet. Okay. So, again, we need that Dow 50,000. Dow 50,000, we'll see buyers come in. Okay. So, Dow 50,000 is the mark there. So, on the daily time frame looks good. All right. It is holding purple, so it is overbought, it is extended, but it's holding firm there. On the weekly time frame, good price action, no major concern on the weekly on the Dow. Monthly on the Dow is holding firm as well. All right, the S&P, all right, S&P on the daily time frame, we've been consolidating, guys, quite a bit all the way back to November. All right, so it's been a tight consolidation, especially in here. All right, and we are not breaking out. We really needed price to break through today, guys. All right, we really needed a nice move higher to get past this resistance. Right, there is still hope. All right, we did get a white candle here. It's pulled back a bit. All right, on the S&P, we need a number of 7,000. So 7,000 is right about here. And these are nice round numbers. All right, these traders, these institutions like these nice whole numbers. Okay, so 50,000. You guys might want to, take a note of that. 50,000. We need the Dow to get over 50,000. We need it to break and hold 50,000. All right, we need the S&P to break through that resistance and hold above 7,000. Again, round numbers, right? These traders are watching these numbers. All right, and right now on the S&P we're at 6,917. We got to get above 7,000. That's big psychological numbers. Okay. So it's just holding here on the S&P, on the daily. On the weekly, it looks good, but we are overbought on the weekly. Purple support and resistance. That's never good. Doesn't mean we can't break through, all right? But that's not good, okay? S&P on the monthly looks really, really good, okay? But we don't trade on the monthly. We just use it for direction, all right? NASDAQ. This is the concern here with the NASDAQ. All right, we got a big red candle here. Boy, we were hoping that we would break through that resistance. On the NASDAQ, we need a number of 24,000. All right, that's a big psychological number for traders. So a NAS 24,000 gets us above this here. And again, these round numbers, right? These round numbers. On the NAS is not looking good, guys. Big red candle here. Here is support, near-term support, right? If we break through that support, now it came close to hitting that support all the way down here. See, that candle came in all the way down here. That is a concern, all right, for the NASDAQ. NASDAQ on the weekly time frame, it's holding. No complaints there. We got past that purple support and resistance. We now have yellow, so no major concern there. All right, on the monthly, just a perfect price action on the monthly. Okay, so we'll see what happens this week for the rest of the week, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. Okay, IWM, the Russell, got a nice bounce, but again, purple support and resistance. We see this theme, right? They keep letting us know we are overbought. And guys, we are extended. All right, since April of last year, this market is due for a correction. Doesn't mean we can't move higher. All right, but we need these indexes to break out. And these sectors are not helping. Okay, these sectors are not helping at all. Okay, so the Russell on the daily, good price action, really good price action. The Russell has been the leader. On the weekly time frame, hard to tell here. On the weekly time frame, not bad. All right, not bad. We had big resistance here. Right, we don't want it, the IWM, to come back. All right, and break through. Previous resistance becomes support. That will be a major, major concern. Okay, so that's the worry there, guys. On the monthly, it's holding for now. Okay. The QQQs on the weekly, we'll be watching this for rotation on the weekly time frame, the QQQ. All right, just remember your weekly time frame, that's where you're going to get these big rotations in the market. Not on the daily. All right, even on the daily, you can find some noise and you can find some fake moves, but on the weekly time frame, that's where we get these big rotations, these big sell-offs. Okay, so we are watching the QQQ on the weekly. No major concern yet, but we are not breaking this resistance here, but we're watching it, the QQQ. All right, we're gonna we've brought in the SQQ, that's the short, so that's the inverse. All right, so let's say, for instance, we get a big red candle, some selling, that buy signal close on the weekly time frame here. All right, on the QQQ, guess what? We'll see buyers come in on the SQQ, and we could trade that to go long. Okay, so we set up and we are ready, guys, if this market really comes down. The spiders, the SPY, same thing here. We're overbought. Purpose, support, and resistance, guys. These are like warnings. Warnings. We're overbought. Okay. No sell signal yet. No white candles. No red candles. But we are paying attention. All right. We don't want any surprises. All right. The diamonds. The Dow, DIA. Okay, the reason we brought this in, guys, you can trade these. You can trade these ETFs, okay? So the diamonds, also, we're looking for rotation. All right, good price action, no major concern yet, okay? Bitcoin. Let's talk about Bitcoin. Okay, so let's talk about Bitcoin. All right, we always want to pay attention to these rotations. All right, these market rotations. All right, keep in mind, Bitcoin and the equity markets has been moving together. Okay, especially with the S&P, Bitcoin and the S&P, they've been moving together. Now we know Bitcoin has been selling off. Bitcoin reached a number. Let's remove this here, of 72. Now our support. Now we brought in our support lines here. Near-term support, most recent support is 70,000. So we reached that today. All right, so 70,000. Did we reach 70,000? I'm sorry. We reached 72,000. 70,000 is right here. All right, 75,000 is right here. All right, we have decent support at 75,000. We broke through that 75,000 and we made it close to 70,000. We made it to 72,000. All right, 70,000 right here is where we have real support here at 70,000. Okay, so it broke down to 72. Right, it should test it again. Right, 72 probably might get down to 70. We'll see. If it breaks through 70, next support is about 50,000. Might get some support here at about 55,000, all right, or 60,000 right around here. Okay, bottom line, it's moving lower, making lower highs, making lower lows. Okay, you guys can see here. Okay, eventually equity markets will follow. Okay, and the concern is they're not breaking these resistance levels, so that is a concern. There's a lot of pressure. Okay, all right, so just remember that we should have been out of Bitcoin. If you guys are trading our systems, our crypto monster system, you should be out. We haven't had any buying. Okay, this was the last buy signal we got here on Bitcoin at 94,000. We got a sell signal right at around 91,000, and we should have been out. Okay, all right, be aware of that. One second here. All right. Bitcoin on the weekly time frame. Look here. We're clearly in the markdown phase. Okay. We have good support here at 70. We'll see if it holds. We're at 75,000, but boy, it's coming down. Okay. And again, if it breaks here, we might get some temporary support at 60. Okay, but real support, the next real support is 50,000. Okay, but look what the price is doing, guys. Gap down this week. It gapped down. This is not good. I think intraday Bitcoin was down about 5,000 points down for the day. That's not good, and that will not help equities. Okay, Bitcoin on the monthly, really don't see anything there. Okay. Gold and silver. A lot of selling came in last week on gold and silver. Okay. All right. Gold right now on the daily time frame, not bad. All right. Not bad. Nice recovery. Right. Came to the moving average. Right. Gave a white candle here. Not bad. We'll see what it does. All right. Structure has been broken. But we'll see what it does, all right? We do have green candles coming in here, all right? But it's still in some trouble here. Good news on gold is on the daily time frame, all right? See here, made its high, came back down to that moving average, white candles, all right? White candles are neutral, to kind of wait and hold and see, right? But came to the moving average, moving average will hold, right? As support will at time to time. So made a high, came to the moving average, white candles. Made a high, came to the moving average. Made a high, came to the moving average. Made a high, came to the moving average. White candle here, and we're getting a bounce. Okay. Made a high here, came back to the moving average. So we'll see if it holds. And what we would like to see is consolidation. All right. And then start to test the high. So it's got a long way to go. This could get traders in, and then sellers could come back in heavy. All right. All right. Monthly time frame here. Hold on. I switched this chart. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Monthly time frame in gold. Let's move this here. On the monthly time frame, it looks good. Looks good on the monthly. Where's my weekly? Where's gold weekly? Okay, I can't find it right now. Okay, so gold monthly looks good, guys. All right, but it is extended. All right, silver. Silver has a red candle. Now, gold looks better. Silver is in some trouble, okay? So red candle here, we don't have buyers. So this is very different. See how gold recovered nicely here, all right? Still has a lot of work to do, Okay, but it's recovered nicely. Silver is in a bit of some trouble there. All right, so first thing, it got a red candle here. We do have a white candle here, but it hasn't gotten above the moving average. Okay, um, any sign of additional selling could move silver lower. So we have some near-term support on silver. All right, at 71, it's trading at 74. So silver has to stay above. Is that 74 or 70? I can't tell. But it's got to stay above 71. Where is 7? Let's call it $70 right here. Okay? Okay, but different price action. Very different. Right? See how gold recovered the moving average here, green candles, right? 2 days of buying here, much better than silver, okay? But it is close. If we get an update on silver, green candle, recover that moving average there, right? If it gets somewhere up in this area here, which will be about 80, 85, then we could see silver move higher, okay? It's pulled back quite a bit, but it's holding here. But keep in mind, this is what silver did the last time, guys. It made its high. Loves to move up, parabolic, get that parabolic move, and then sellers come in heavy. All right. Crude oil, there's nothing there. We are getting some buying in crude oil. All right, but energy is making a move, right? That energy sector we took a look at, right? That's moving higher. Crude oil will usually lag, but it is moving higher here. Okay. Nothing in bonds. Quick look at our trading systems. All right, so we mentioned the yen pairs, guys. We're getting good buy signals in the yen pairs. All right, also Aussie pairs. All right, Aussie dollar, wait for a new buy signal in Aussie dollar. Okay. All right, and descent trading in the Aussie pairs. All right, so Aussie dollar. All right, buy signal down here. Bought here, sold here. Bought here, sold here. Bought here, sold here. Buy signal here, sold here. Good trading, guys. It is overbought. We have purpose, support, and resistance. We got to get past that. And we got to break through. This is under 240. And we got to break through here. Right here. Break through that resistance to get a new buy signal here. Okay? All right. So keep an eye on it. Wait patiently for that buy signal. It's trading nicely there. Aussie dollar. Aussie New Zealand. All right. Nothing that has a buy signal. Let me show you guys Aussie dollar. Right, on Aussie dollar, on the daily, we have good amount of buying on the daily. Look at the weekly here. Good buying there on the weekly. Okay, perfect setup, guys. Perfect setup. Just overbought, but you could get past that. Dollar Swiss, a buy signal here. Choppy, all right, but good price action. Right, it is choppy, but we do have a buy signal here, and it is breaking out, and that whole group is breaking out. So that should help Aussie Swiss. Okay, again choppy, but it is breaking resistance. Good amount of buying on the daily. You guys can see that here. Buyers are in on the daily. And we have a brand new buy signal on the weekly time frame, breaking resistance. Okay, so keep an eye on these Aussie pairs, guys. Aussie CAD. All right, Aussie CAD, guys, look at the previous trade on the 240. Lots of pips, hundreds of pips here. Buy signal here, sell signal here, buy signal on a break of resistance, sell signal on a break of support, and we have a new buy signal right here on the 240 on Aussie CAD. All right, buy signal here holding nicely, all right, in the markup phase. New buyers are coming in, all right, reaccumulation. Okay. On the daily, we have good amount of buying. Look at that. Look at the trend on the daily time frame. Aussie CAD, and look at the weekly time frame here. Good amount of buying there. Okay. The Kiwi pairs, New Zealand dollar, same thing, guys. All right. Same thing here. We need to break through that resistance here to give us a buy signal. Look at the previous trade. Don't trade what you want, all right, or your favorite pair. Trade what's moving, all right. Good buying on the daily, good amount of buying there on the weekly, okay. So your Aussie pairs, Kiwi pairs, all right. So New Zealand Swiss, might be a bit early for New Zealand Swiss. We do have a buy signal, but not trending. It's not trending yet on the weekly time frame. Right, white candles are coming in, but still in that markdown phase. So it might be early for this one. I would wait. Okay, they're better trades. New Zealand CAD, good amount of buying here on the daily, right? I'm buying, confirm buying here on the weekly. We have a buy signal. Previous trade did really well. Bought here, sold here, and we have a new buy signal, reaccumulation. And we have, this time we have yellow support and resistance, which is good, okay? All right, yen pairs. So dollar yen, guys, have a nice buy signal there. Mark down, mark up. And a buy signal there on the 240 in dollar yen. We do have resistance above. Keep an eye on that. Hopefully it breaks through. So mark up, mark down, mark up. It has a high buy signal. That's fine. And then we've got resistance right here. Okay. All right. Good trade setup here. That's dollar, dollar yen. Same thing for Turkish TUR, yen. Same setup there. Now, this one here, guys, we have selling. Your Turkish here, we have sellers on the daily and weekly. Be aware of that. Be very aware, okay? All right, we need buyers there. All right, SGD, JPY, a good buy signal here. These yen pairs, guys, don't miss these yen pairs. Good amount of buying here. Good buying on the daily time frame. Look at the weekly, guys. Solid buying on the weekly. Perfect buy signal here. SGD, JPY. All right. New Zealand yen, same thing. So why are we trading these other markets, right? Why are we trading these other markets that's not moving? When Forex is moving, these yen pairs are moving. Look at this on the daily time frame, guys. Even if you put a trade on the daily time frame and just let it run, look at this right here. Weekly time frame and the 240 here. All right. New Zealand yen. Hong Kong yen, same thing here. All right. The daily time frame, we need some buying to come in here. We have good amount of buying on the weekly, but perfect buy signal there on the daily. Okay. Pound yen looks good, guys. Okay. So if you're trading your monster scalper system and you're not trading pound yen, right, you got to get with me and I'll get you guys right, because if pound yen gives a buy signal, I know it's choppy, but boy, when it runs, it will run. Buy signal here, and it is challenging that resistance, wants to break through that resistance here. And look at the daily time frame, guys, in pound yen. Right? Look at that daily in pound yen. All right, straight up there in pound yen. And on the weekly time frame, good amount of buying. Okay, I know it's a big mover. I know it's hard to trade, but boy, if and when it breaks out, right, you can do really well. Euro yen. All right, just wait for its buy signal there. Daily looks good. Looks good on the daily. Looks good on the weekly. Okay, so these yen pairs, stay with them. Swiss yen, we just need a buy signal. Swiss yen on the daily. Look at the trend, guys. Look at that. Look at all that money there, huh? All right, in Swiss yen. All right, that's the daily there. Look at the weekly. Look at the weekly here. Amazing trading on the weekly. Look at the weekly, guys. Perfect trading. Perfect trading. All right, on the weekly. Bought here, sold here. Bought here, sold here. Bought here, sold here. Bought here, sold here. Buy signal here, still holding. Look at the price action here, guys. Swiss yen. All right, so you just want to wait for that 240. All right, to get in shape and give a buy signal. So the high is here. And we are in the markup phase. All right, that's reaccumulation. You just wait patiently for a new buy signal there, okay? Swiss yen. Couple more. CAD yen. All right, CAD yen, same thing. Buyers on the daily, buyers on the weekly. We need a buy signal on a break of resistance. So just bring in your lines and wait. Right? You wait patiently for it to break resistance and give a buy signal. Now, these two buy signals here failed. That's fine, right? That's going to happen. You get out and you wait again. All right? All right. And then Aussie yen. Aussie yen, one of my favorites. Right now, that's moving. All right. Aussie yen looks really good. Perhaps the best. Aussie yen has the best setup, guys. Okay, Aussie yen has the best setup. So let's take a look here. Aussie yen on the daily time frame, right? Right, buy signal here, guys. This is a lot of pips here on the daily. It's breaking resistance here, reaccumulation on the daily. All right, so why are we messing around with these other markets that are not cooperating? All right, and you guys know we've waited for these yen pairs for a while now. All right, Aussie yen on the weekly time frame. Look at that, guys. Look at that price action. Look what it's doing right now. Right, as that Asian market opens up. Right now, it just opened up, right? Look at Aussie yen. All right, moving up nicely there. And look at our buy signal with Monster Scalper on the 240. All right, look at that. All right, this one has the best setup. Aussie yen, buy signal here. Look at that on the 240, okay? And those of you who got on the 60-minute Aussie yen, you got in early. Right here, Aussie yen on the 60-minute time frame here. Right, you got in early. You can switch that trade to the 240, right, which is right here. All right. I don't recommend new traders doing that, but our experienced traders, you guys can certainly do that. Get in early on a different time frame. Dollar pairs, guys, don't do anything there, right? I know some of the dollar pairs are moving higher, but they're mixed, right? We want the majority of these pairs moving in the same direction. Okay, so Aussie, Kiwi, and yen pairs, that is the trade, all right, in Monster Scalper. Okay. All right, don't miss it. All right, Monster Metals. Let's take a quick look. You might want to wait on Monster Metals. Let's see, gold. All right, well, gold looks good for a trade in Monster Metals on the 60-minute time frame. Right, this is all that selling that came in last week. We have a buy signal on the 60, and we are breaking resistance here. All right, so that's good for gold. It's at 5,000 and change. Silver, let's take a look at silver. Silver has a buy signal, guys, but you got to get it above here. Right, it's struggling to break through. Wait for it to break through around 89.90. Okay. And then you could take it already has a buy signal. Just wait for that price action to get above that resistance. Platinum, same thing for platinum. So they're setting up nicely there. And copper, same thing for copper. But gold and silver, those would be your primary trades. Okay. Stock Boss and Bull Master. Let's take a look at Heat Seeker and then we'll be done. Our cryptos, monster traders, guys, nothing in Bitcoin, right? Nothing in Bitcoin, nothing in Litecoin, all right? Ethereum, nothing. Look at all that selling. Stay away. All right, Bitcoin, all that selling, stay away, okay? Not ready yet to trade long, okay? Stock Boss, let's run it. I think we have 36 stocks, so not much here. Bull Master, we have more, but just lay off. 119. We need these indexes to break through these big resistance levels, okay? All right, guys. So be careful out there, especially with equities. You guys know cryptocurrencies. Just be careful, okay? Just be careful with that market. With Bitcoin getting, breaking through, trading at 75, got close to 73, almost 70,000 support. They're still selling it. There's no support right now on Bitcoin. Okay? No support. We're caught in a sell signal in equities. Now we're getting out a bit early in equities. Okay? So be aware of that. Okay? We're going to protect that capital that you guys have had in that run-up. So just be careful there, okay? Forex, be happy that Forex is moving. Our monster scalper system is moving. All right, our Forex, we don't talk about Forex Dominator a lot, but guys, don't forget that system on the daily time frame, powerful system. Okay, especially if you don't have time to watch it throughout the day. So move that time frame from a 60 or 240 to a daily time frame. Lots of pips there. Okay, but the yen pairs are making a new move, and then the Aussie pairs. Okay, all right. So good opportunities might not be in the market that you want to trade. That's why we trade different markets and different systems. Okay, so we need to just, again, that's not what you want. It's not what we want. It's what the markets are doing. Okay. Take care, guys. I'll see everyone tomorrow for Q&A. Have a good evening. Talk to you guys later. Yen pairs. Yen